Khabib kicked off a flight, racial profiling it.
What we're gonna do is we're either gonna have you switch your seat.
I know how to help you, and now you guys, because this woman don't understand that, don't understand what she's talking about.
Okay, so what we're gonna do is we're either gonna have you switch your seat because my flight attendants are not allowing you to sit in the exit row, or you're gonna have to get off this plane and then we'll have to leave because they're not comfortable with sitting in the emergency exit row. My flight attendants. And unfortunately, it is fair.
It's not fair.
Yes, it is.
But you guys, when I was making check-in, they asked me, do I know English? Yes, I said.
And they said yes. And I understand that, but it's also off of their judgment. I'm not going to do this back and forth. I will call a supervisor. You can either take a different seat, or we can go ahead and escort you off the plane. Which one are we doing? Okay, I'll call a supervisor, and then we're going to have to rebook you for a different flight.
Is there any context for this?
Josh, do you copy?
Flight attendant and airline were power tripping profiling. You should sue them. A flight attendant approached emergency exit row as a standard and asked them to verbally confirm their willingness to assist other passengers in case of an emergency. In the understand what it would be asked, the flight attendant repeated the question multiple times, explained that if he provided information, he would need to be reseated. Khabib eventually grasped the request and rather than said
People
yes. The flight attendant
rose.
insisted it was better for him to move in the seat. That's reasonable. Guys, that's reasonable. I can agree with that. Guys, how does chat say question mark in it? Okay, you guys have never flown into an airplane before. I think I understand. Unless this is fake information, okay? The seat with the security door or whatever, okay? You must perform a task in case of a water landing, emergency landing, and you must, if you don't understand how to do it, she probably made a judgment call into saying, he ended up finally saying yes, but I don't think he actually understands the request and what he has to do. If the guy can barely understand, all the respect, if the guy can barely understand the question, there's a good chance the guy doesn't understand what he has to do in case of an emergency landing. I think that's perfectly reasonable to say. Guys, when you select this seat on the website to book your flights, there is a long explanation about what it is to have this seat. You have to agree to a bunch of stuff. So if the guy can't understand it, I guess I'm just judging off of this, unless this is fake. A Russian woman sitting nearby defended him, but the manager explained that since the flight attendant had doubts about his ability to assist in an emergency, it was best to move him to a seat elsewhere, presenting the current someone else. Khabib objected to saying it wasn't fair that he wanted to stay in his seat. The manager asked whether he could move. She called supervisor. I gotta be honest with you, chat. It's a judgment call based for safety, and I think that's fine.
Because this woman, I know how to help you, and now you guys, because this woman don't understand that, don't understand what she's talking about.
Okay, so what we're gonna do is we're either gonna have you switch your seat because my flight attendants are not allowing you to sit in there.
Okay, you know your fucking dumbass, libtarded, moron brain Andy. You would get fucking mauled if there was an accident and there's an emergency landing or some shit like that, and the guy wasn't able to perform their duties and say, "Oh, dude, the attendant didn't do their job. This is what they do." You would be up in air. You would be dick and balls in about this shit. You would get so mad. You would tweet about it. You know for a fact you would do that. All that. Hey, don't gaslight me. Hey, we've been in this position before. First of all, I need to clarify what the fly frontier, not Alaska Air. Lady who comes with questions was very rude for the very beginning. Even though I speak very decent English and I can understand everything and agreed to assist, she still insisted on removing my seat. What was the base for that? Racial, national, or other one? I'm not sure. Huh? After 2 minutes of conversation, she called security and I was deplaned. So 1.5 hours, I boarded another airline one and left my destination. The best to stay calm, respectful. Crew member should better. I disagree. Sorry, guys. When it comes down to safety, they don't fuck around, and they shouldn't fuck around. I will not accept any other explanation. I don't care. They make a judgment call for safety when it comes down to understanding what it is to have the door, the city door. I don't give a shit. I don't care. It has nothing to do with race. You're fucking weird as bricks. What?
I know how to help people, and now you guys, because this woman don't understand us, don't understand what she's talking about.
Chat has never been. Yo, okay. Let's see what happens when you book a flight.
Brother, what is this?
Shut up. Emergency exit. Airplane responsibilities.
Tar.
All right.
D.
I'm not getting it, guys. I personally think it's possibly a little bit overkill, but I think it's okay that it's overkill. Okay, if you book the one seat on the emergency exit, it has more leg room. Everybody says, "Guys, more leg
Yes,
room!
I
Yay!"
agree, safety first, but it is obviously...
Everybody loves to fucking book that fucking seat. Okay, but in case they're like, "There's not going to be an emergency or whatever." That's fucking weird. Okay. You have to do all that. You have to do all that in case of an emergency. Okay. Each seat in a row of seat supervisors which have exit gain access to an exit for a seat. Each certificate holder shall determine, to the extent necessary to perform applicable functions, a paragraph suitable of each person permit occupy an exit seat according to this section. Yeah, sounds fair enough. So that proves my point, right? The second B, scroll down. No certificate holder may seat a person in a seat affected by this section if the certificate holder determines that it is likely that the person would be unable to perform one or more dependable functions listed in paragraph because the person lacks sufficient ability, strength, dexterity in both arms, both legs, which upward gradual. Yeah. So these are the physical responsibilities, right? But you still have to know to do it, right? You just have to know to do it. It's in my guys. I'm all for being all over this shit, but I gotta be honest with you. It's a judgment call. It's a judgment call.
Okay, so
Oh, so because the guy agreed after multiple times that he was explaining the question, he knows. Oh, I'm sorry, I disagree. I disagree.
I know how to help people, and now you guys, because this woman don't understand us, don't understand what she's talking about.
okay, so what we're gonna do is we're either gonna have you switch your seat because my flight attendants are not allowing you to sit in the exit row, or you're gonna have to get off this plane and then we'll have to leave because they're not comfortable with sitting in the emergency exit row. My flight attendants. And unfortunately, it is fair.
It's not fair.
Yes, it is.
But you guys, when I was not...
I'm not out of touch. If I was a passenger, if I was a passenger, and I felt like the person didn't understand what to do in case of emergency, I wouldn't want that person to be next in the exit row seat, seat, not to fucking die. I'm sorry. I don't give a shit. I don't care. That's what it is.
They asked me, do I know English? Yes, I said.
And they said yes. And I understand that, but it's also off of their judgment. I'm not going to do this back and forth. I will call a supervisor. You can either take a different seat, or we can go ahead and escort you off the plane. Which one are we doing? Okay, I'll call a supervisor, and then we're going to have to rebook you for a different.
Okay. Because he understands. Because I read this, and I have to. I'll be, unless what? What other things do I have to just for truth of what happened, brother? Okay, add them to verbally confirm their willingness to assist other passengers in case of an emergency. Khabib didn't understand what he was being asked. If I then repeated the question multiple times, it said that if he couldn't provide confirmation, it would need to be reseated. He eventually grasped the request, reluctantly answered yes. Okay. This, to me, feels like you would make a judgment. If there's that much back and forth, just to answer the question yes, there's probably some level of doubt about them understanding the duties that it would take to open the fucking thing and do all those responsibilities. I think that's a reasonable assessment to make for everybody's safety. I don't see any other take here that's valid.
Josh, do you copy?
Correct.
Nope. It just is out of touch. Hey. 5 airplane incidents since 12 days with the new year. Okay. Everybody likes to fucking be up. Guys, Boeing this, Boeing that, blah, blah, blah. Brother, being on the safe side around airplanes, priority number 1. I don't give a shit. I don't give a fuck. If there's some doubts, because the person doesn't understand a question, that's fair. That's for everybody's safety. Well, who cares? Like, what? How's this about race? Like, what? What race even is this? This is the human race. Like, what race is he? What race? What? Okay. It's called profiling. Okay. If I'm some scrawny kid and I go there, right, I'll be profiled as not strong enough to open the thing, right? And that's just kind of the way it goes. If they ask a question multiple times in English and there's some back and forth about it, you're gonna be profiled as not understanding. And that's what you guys do to me as well. You guys do this. You guys treat me the same way, right? About how I speak English or whatever. When I'm doing all this stutter and I don't understand, like you guys do the same thing to me. So I mean, it applies. I don't know what the fuck you guys are on about. This is insane. This is lawful and safe, and I think that's fine. This is the video. We're speaking English perfectly. Okay, let's hear it.
I have to help you, and now you guys, because this woman don't understand us, don't understand what she's talking about.
Okay, so what we're gonna do is
We don't see the beginning of the interaction though. We don't see the beginning of the interaction.
either gonna have you switch your seat because my
We don't see the beginning. This is irrelevant.
in the exit row, or you're gonna have to get off this plane and then we'll have to leave because they're not comfortable with sitting in the emergency exit row. My flight attendants. And unfortunately,
Yeah, I disagree with Chet. I think Chet's out of touch. Chet's out of touch with airplanes entirely. You cannot have it both ways. Sorry, you can't try to say that you care about holding companies accountable when it comes to safety, and then when they make a call about safety, you get mad about it. Okay, then now it's confirmed. If you were in those companies' positions, you'd probably do worse than they're already doing, and you're just virtue signaling on the internet because it makes you look good. Case closed. That's it.